I found some pretty interesting photos back when I was a little kid trying to make pancakes, and with that, this is the top secret story of how a teacher made pancakes. How's it going, everyone? I am Mr. Slaughter, and this is Teacher Tries. Now, with this channel, I'm going to be trying things I'm good at, trying things I'm bad at, trying things somewhere in between, just giving you a behind-the-scenes look in what teachers do outside of school. Now, with that being said, today's Teacher Tries is going to be sharing a little bit of a story back when I was a little bit younger. Looking back, I was probably, I don't know, 3 or 4, and I woke up in the middle of the night back in our little apartment. Our folks had me and my sister in a little bunk bed. Now with that, as I woke up, I slowly meandered out of my room feeling quite hungry. I was feeling something like I wanted some pancakes. Now at the time, I didn't really know what actually made pancakes outside of flour. So when I actually made my way to the kitchen, like a ninja I might add, because I definitely did not want my parents to find me, get out of bed, and hopefully stay out of trouble that day. However, it didn't actually end up that way. But anyway, back to the story itself, looking for some ingredients as I entered the kitchen. In the kitchen, pretty much all I found was flour, and at the time, that's all I thought pancakes actually were made of. So at this point, I have a big pile of flour in a pan, and I go out into the dining room, grab one of our little chairs that we have out there, pull it into the kitchen so I can stand and see what's going to happen when I actually start cooking this thing, even though future insight, it doesn't turn out good at all. So with that, I pull up the chair and place the pan on the oven, and then I turn on the stove. With that, the flour starts to crackle a little bit, starts to boil over, some of it starts to burn, and at this point, most people would think, let's turn it off. Let's not continue going. No, not me. So at this point, I'm committed fully in the pancake flip position, and I just launch it up into the air. And with this, none of it really melted together. So at this point, it just shot flour literally everywhere in the kitchen, and it is scalding hot at this point. So if you can imagine me just 3 or 4 years old, realizing there's a cloud of molten hot flour coming down, and essentially as soon as one of those little specks of flour hit any part of my skin, it's just really hot and searing. So I run out of the kitchen and more or less just hope the kitchen doesn't burst into flames at that point, which it didn't. But at that point, when you're going back into the kitchen, you would think, let's not try that again. It was a bad idea. No, I was really hungry at that point, so I thought to myself, what are some other ingredients that might actually be a part of pancakes? Maybe there was something I didn't remember from my parents cooking them, something along those lines. So I go into the refrigerator, and in the refrigerator, I think milk sounds like it should go on pancakes, and what else could possibly go on pancakes? Let's throw some eggs in there. So I grab those 2 ingredients, grab more flour, put it into the hot pan, and I didn't mix anything at all. So nothing was mixed, and I set all those ingredients back onto the stovetop, and then things start to melt together a little bit better than they did last time, because last time they didn't at all. So with this new mixture that I have going on, it's turning into a weird kind of goop, but I didn't mix it beforehand, so nothing's cooking right. And I get this weird slimy slash burnt texture because things are cooking at different rates, and I just say, why not? Let's try it one more time and do the pancake flip. Pancake flip right up into the air, and a good portion of it stuck to the ceiling. And then the rest of it just decided to fly everywhere, and another pretty much volcano eruption of ash and flour everywhere. So I run out of the kitchen for the second time. Now, I should have learned my lesson at this point. Due to all the ruckus and commotion, my parents pretty much heard something going on in the kitchen at that point, and with that banging of the pan and making a few yelps, because that stuff was pretty hot at that point, that was throwing up into the air. My parents came over into the kitchen and they saw me standing next to a completely filled kitchen with flour everywhere, stuff stuck to the ceiling and dripping down, and they just look at me with, "You thought this was a good idea?" And after that, I said I cleaned everything up, and my parents were just like, "All right, let this stuff cool down. You're gonna be cleaning it up. You're gonna be cleaning it up for a while," because there was a lot. So I spent the rest of that night just cleaning up my mess. Still never got my pancakes, but at that point, who could really expect your parents to, "All right, you cleaned everything up, let's get you those pancakes." And after I cleaned everything up, crawled back into bed. Didn't wake up my sister because I was on the top bunk and she was on the bottom, so managed to sneak back into the bedroom without waking her up, because I remind you, at that point in time, I was a ninja. Cannot prove me wrong. With that, that was my story of making pancakes. If there is anything else that you would like to learn about me in my childhood, if there's any games that you would like to see a teacher play, if there's anything that you would like to see a teacher do outside of the classroom, feel free to let me know down in the comments. As always, stay curious, everyone.